Welcome to the channel. Hey, we are live on Clapper now for the first time ever because TikTok did get banned. So we are going to be live on Clapper instead of TikTok. My socials on Clapper are the same as it was on TikTok and on YouTube, Crypto Andrew 333. So if you guys want to go follow me there, I would much appreciate it. But yeah, let's look at the charts. So hopefully everyone's doing good. I did delay it an hour and a half because I realized TikTok got banned, so I want people to have time to come over to Clapper. I still don't know how many people will get on Clapper. We'll see. But here we go. So I don't know how long TikTok is going to be banned either because Trump said when he gets in office on the 20th, he's going to reinstate it. We'll see if that happens. So it might only be banned a day or two, about 2 days. We'll see. Either way, I really don't care. If Clapper is good, then it's good. So right now, the crypto fear and greed index is coming in at a 77. So we are in extreme greed. I think anything above 75 is extreme greed, something just to take note of. So let's go over and look at Bitcoin and all the altcoins. If you guys are new, I appreciate if you hit the follow button and hit the subscribe button, and the likes always do help as well. I also want to say that Trump launched a meme coin that is doing very well, so we'll get into that in a second. I keep fading it, and I probably should just buy it, but our market cap's $8 billion, so we'll see. I'll talk about that in a second. By the way, usually when I go live on Saturdays, technically now it's Sunday. These are my shorter streams. My longer streams are on Monday, so I usually keep these streams to 15 to 30 minutes, and then my Monday streams are 30 to 60 minutes, sometimes even longer, but that's just what's going on right now. So right now going on for Bitcoin, I talked about this on my Discord. I also have a trading group. If you guys want to join, that link to join is on my YouTube channel. Otherwise, Telegram is free to join. But I see this as a ascending triangle for Bitcoin. Measure move would take you to $115,000. And right now, I just got into a new trade. I got into the trade at $104,924, and my stop loss is 99,000. Now, I probably will move 99.5. I probably will move my stop loss up because I did say in the video, I would say if you lose 102,200, then you are going to go back down to 100K. Honestly, even if Bitcoin loses, like short term, if you even lose 103,900, it's very likely that you are going to dump to the downside because that was a major bounce zone. That was a local low. So I would say if you lose 103.9, it's also very likely that Bitcoin is going to dump. So I could even have a more aggressive stop, which I'll probably do before I go to bed, and put my stop at 103.9 and have the measure move be 115. So we'll see what happens, but I'm calling for a new all-time high for Bitcoin next week when Trump gets into office. I said last week I saw Bitcoin going all the way up to 100,000 or higher by Friday. That obviously happened. You got above 104,000. So just something to take note of. I do see another rally coming, starting probably Monday through Friday when when Trump gets back in office. So this chart looks very bullish to me. I do see more upside coming for Bitcoin on the half-hour time frame. Now, if we look at the 4-hour time frame, 4-hour time frame also screams that Bitcoin can get a move to the upside. You are oversold, getting a slight bounce, not completely oversold, but you're only at 40 out of 100 on the stock hour side. The stock hour side on the 4-hour time frame looks extremely bullish for a move to the upside. So we'll see what happens. But overall, I'm calling for a move to the upside. I'm not saying you're going to 115,000 next week, but I'm calling for new all-time highs above 108,000 by the time Trump gets in office, or at least by Friday afternoon when the stock market closes. We'll see what happens, but I think sometime also in February we do get to that target of $115,000 for Bitcoin. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll look at them. But for right now, we're going over Bitcoin. So the 6-hour time frame for Bitcoin is the first time frame that starts to get overbought. The 8-hour time frame is overbought, and the 12-hour time frame is also overbought. You look at the daily, it's overbought, and if you look at the 3-day, 3-day looks really good for move to the upside. 2 days overbought, and the weekly is kind of just it's trying to get the move to the downside, but it hasn't happened overall. So I would just stay on the 15-minute time frame and the 30-minute time frame going into this Sunday and Monday. And it really looks like Bitcoin is going to get the move to the upside. Money flow on the half-hour time frame is overbought, so just be careful. That might not matter, especially if Trump gets into office, but it's something to take note of as we near the all-time high. But I'm currently long on Bitcoin, and I would pretty much stay long minimum if you want to have a tighter stop loss. I would stay long, not financial buys, as long as you hold 103.9. If you lose 103.9, then you could really get out of the trade. And before I go to bed in an hour or two, I will probably move my stop up to 103,900. So that's what I see going for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes up, the entire market is going to get a move to the upside. So yeah, that's kind of what I see going on for Bitcoin. I'm not on any other trades right now. As far as this Trump meme coin goes, um, I do see it probably continuing higher. Let me get into that in a second. So right now on the 5-minute time frame, you are above the 200-day smooth moving average. And every time a new meme coin comes out, I always look for that because the 5 minutes is a big enough time frame to watch. So I would say if Trump stays above 24 short term, you can continue up. I might put some money into this. We'll see. But to me, this looks like it does want to continue higher. This is kind of something I see it broke out of. Was this this was some kind of falling wedge here. I didn't draw this, but I see what happened. And honestly, this looks like it wants to continue higher. And here's your measure move for Trump. This doesn't have to happen, but it's just what I see. It looks like 48 to 50 really would be the measure move for Trump for a continuation to the upside. So it's pretty much on its way right now, probably to a 5-0 level. And I don't know. I think that'd be about $10 billion market cap on Trump. So we'll see what happens. And yeah, I see support at the 22 level, and I see the measure move being about 47 to 50. Right now, if you look at the, on the 5-minute time frame, you can see that you also, I would say, got stopped out around 39. So short-term 39 or 38, 39 is going to also act as some very local support. So if you get above 38 and stay above 38, I see a continuation to the upside because it looks like for about an hour, you couldn't get above that level. You held 34 support. I think we can at least say that 34 is support on Trump coin. Maybe 38, we can't call resistance just yet, but I would say 34 is a local low and support. So 34, if you do revisit, should be a good support level. You just made a higher high while the RSI is overbought. So that is a good sign. Now you would like to make a higher low above 34.3. If you do that, that's a very good sign as well. So Trump looks like you probably do go to the 5-0 level sometime tomorrow. We'll see, but that's just something to take note of right now. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know and I'll look at them. But yeah, what is he going on right now for Trump token? Thank you for the like. So if you guys are new, appreciate if you guys hit the like. So far, I'm not thrilled about this Clapper app. I think it says my internet's really bad and we have no viewers. So I'm not sure if this is going to work because every time I open the app for the last few days, it says the internet's really bad no matter where I'm at. So I'm not sure what's up with that. I know another competitor is RedNote, so I have to look into RedNote as well if Clapper doesn't work out. But if TikTok is back in 2 days, it probably won't matter anyways. So if you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below and I'll look at them. Otherwise, I just want to get in here, do a quick market update and see what's going on. And I do see, the entire market probably getting moved to the upside because Trump is coming into office on what? He's coming in on Monday. So technically tomorrow he will be in office in about 36 hours. So that will be exciting. Yeah, so let me just go through this really quick. I don't see any other altcoins that are worth talking about. I did tell my trading group I was in a trade on Arrow. I got stopped out of that trade. I lost like $40 on that. Nothing crazy, but I don't see. I think honestly, it might not be a bad idea to just not make trades over the weekend unless it's Bitcoin. I do see Bitcoin continuing to the upside over the weekend, especially into Monday. But overall, like altcoins might just chop around while Bitcoin does its thing. That's just kind of what I see going on. Something else I would love to talk about is Bitcoin dominance. So if this is going down, that means altcoins are doing well. If this is going up, that means altcoins are not doing well and Bitcoin is taking the show. Right now, it kind of looks to me like Bitcoin wants to kind of take the show here. And that is something to watch as we near next week. So right now, I would pretty much say this. If Bitcoin dominance can break 58.7%, then you have a move to basically 59%, which isn't a big move up, but that'd be a resistance level you break. And really, anything above 60% for Bitcoin dominance means Bitcoin is controlling the market and Bitcoin is probably going parabolic. So usually when you're above 60%, Bitcoin is rallying in a bull market. So something to take note of is really that 60% line really up here. If you break 60%, if we go out to like the 3-day time frame, I don't see any resistance until about 61.4. That might not seem like a lot, but for Bitcoin dominance is quite a bit. If you get above 61.4, 61.83 is the next one. I don't know if if you break that, then Bitcoin, that's usually when Bitcoin's been in the craziest of the bull market. And then you get a move to 73%. If you break that, then it's kind of ridiculous. And then you basically be at 100% dominance. I don't really know if I've ever seen 100% dominance on Bitcoin, but I will say if you get above 73, I see Bitcoin going to crazy levels. Some people are talking about a Bitcoin level of $200,000 to $300,000. I don't know if that's going to happen. But overall, that I would pretty much say if you break 73%, you're going to go crazy. I'm not even going to say that's going to happen in this bull market, because anything above 73.7% is pretty much uncharted territory for Bitcoin dominance. But I'll just say this: Bitcoin is very bullish if you are above 60%. So I would say anything above 60% is something to watch. Until you get above 60%, it's kind of just chop, in my humble opinion. So 60% is really the line you would like to break if we all want Bitcoin to go to above $200,000 this bull cycle, which I think is possible. I think it's all going to depend on what happens within the first week of Bitcoin, within Trump being in office. If Bitcoin goes to like 120, 130,000 next week when Trump gets in office, then I think we can easily see a $200,000 Bitcoin this bull run. If it just goes to like 110, then maybe 150 to 200 is the range. I do think Bitcoin minimum gets above 150,000 though, this bull market. So that's just kind of what I see going on for Bitcoin. If you guys have requests, let me know and I'll look at them. I appreciate if you guys hit the likes as well. And yeah, I still got to figure out Clap. I'm not quite sure I figured it out yet. So that's something else I'd have to do. Let me go look at XRP. What is XRP doing? So XRP went up to $3.40 a day or so ago. Since then, you had a low of $3.05, and you are trying to get a bounce to the upside right now. The 15-minute time frame right now looks to me like you're at this point, unfortunately, in a rising wedge, making a lower high. I mean, unless XRP is going to be bullish on the smaller time frames, such as the 15-minute time frame, XRP must break $3.30. If you don't do that, I do see more downside for XRP. The good thing is XRP kind of is in some kind of falling wedge here, but I don't love it. This could also become a diamond pattern, and then you just break to the downside. So something to take note of. I would just be cautious on XRP. I'm not crazy bullish on the smaller time frames unless you break $3.30. I'm just trying to see what I see here on XRP. So I'll give you both the bullish and bearish scenario. The bullish scenario is that this is like a bull pennant here, and XRP is about to rally to a new all-time high above $4.20. The bearish pattern is that the smaller time frames are making lower highs and lower lows. I kind of like this. I mean, the 50-minute time frame does not look good, but like the half-hour time frame looks good to me. That could be a falling wedge on the half-hour time frame with the move back to the upside. So I will say the 15-minute time frame looks bad to me, but I'm going to call for a move to the upside on XRP up to $3.35. That'd be above the 3.3 level of resistance on XRP. So like the half-hour time frame isn't a falling wedge. You look at the 4-hour time frame, you could say that this is like a bull pennant here, which actually looks like it is. I believe XRP, especially Bitcoin makes a new all-time high this week. I believe XRP gets a move to $4.30 within the next week or two on XRP. So we'll see what happens. But I'm calling for a new all-time high on XRP. Only if Bitcoin makes a new all-time high this week, then I see a move, a new all-time high on XRP as well. So we'll see what happens. Now, I would say this for sure. If you make a new low below $3, you're going to go back down to 2.9 and then below that 2.8. So really nothing crazy on XRP. But I don't actually see a lot of support. I mean, 2.9 was resistance at one point, but I don't think 2.8 is massive support. So I'm going to delete that support line. I don't know where that came from. So I would say if you lose $3, 2.9 is incoming next. If you lose that level, I would then say 260 is incoming on XRP. I think it's very likely, though, XRP is on a move to the upside with a new all-time high likely later next week. So we'll see what happens. If you guys have a request for altcoins, let me know. Otherwise, with that being said, guys, that's kind of going to wrap up my update on XRP. Just a recap on Bitcoin. I am in a long at Bitcoin from 104,924. And I do see a new all-time high coming when Trump gets in office this next week. And I did also say if you want to have a more aggressive stop loss, not financial advice, my stop loss would be $103,800 or $103,900, depending on what exchange you're on. So really, anything slightly below under 4,000 would be a good place for a tighter stop loss. Bitcoin looks very good to me on the 15-minute time frame. You are now breaking the high, or you're at least very, very close to breaking the high. If we go to the the 1 minute time frame. Let's see if we broke the high. It looks like you did break the high on the 1 minute time frame. No, the 1 minute time frame high was 105.441. You were very, very, very close to doing that. I think you ever so slightly made a new all-time high, or not. Well, not a new all-time high, but a new high for the day. So to me, Bitcoin looks like it wants to continue. And now, if you break this high, the next target for Bitcoin really would be 105.796. So that's kind of what I see. That is the next target for Bitcoin at this point is 105.796. I have this in a bigger flag all the way up to about $115,000 on the 4-hour time frame in a ascending triangle. So that's what I see going on for Bitcoin. With that being said, guys, that's going to wrap it up. I'll be back live Monday, 11 p.m. Central Time. I'll be live on TikTok or Clapper. If TikTok is still banned, then I'll be on Clapper at 11 p.m. Central Time. That is my longer live stream. This is just usually a quick update on what the market is doing. Thank you guys for stopping by. And I think Clapper might be working now because we got a few people watching. So that is a good sign. Remember, crypto fear greed index is pretty high, so just be cautious. On that note as well. So before we get out of here, I guess we're going to go look at Ethereum. We did see a request for that. Thank you for the like. All I request for a review of a coin is to hit the like button. That's all I request. So I really don't like what Bitcoin or what Ethereum is doing compared to Bitcoin. I would much rather be holding Ethereum. And I've told many people this bull run, not financial advice, that I would be holding Ethereum or Bitcoin over Ethereum, and I wouldn't even be investing in Ethereum this bull market. This just doesn't look good. That's not to say Ethereum will not make a new all-time high, but this looks horrendous. This price action is choppy. It's making lower lows. Like right here, the 4-hour time frame. To me, I mean that's a lower low. The previous high was 37.47. Now you made a lower low at 3,500, 3,530 on Ethereum. Short term, you are due for a bounce, but it doesn't have to happen. 1 hour just made another lower low. Like if we let's go to the daily, higher time frame. The daily also just made a lower low on Ethereum at 35.60. So that's not a good sign. And at this point, your next support is 30.61. But if you're making lower highs, lower lows, you should expect to make a lower low below 30.61. If you lose 30.61, you don't have any support until 23.55 on Ethereum. I'm not saying you're going down that low, but I'm just saying if you lose 30.65, that's your next support is 2,300. That's a pretty big drop, all things considered. Even the 3-day time frame is oversold, but that doesn't mean you have to bounce here. Ethereum is not bullish right now. Even though Bitcoin is pretty close to all-time highs, Ethereum is just not looking good. Now, if you zoom out, you could say it looks okay, but to me, it still looks bad. Ethereum must break 41.18 to be bullish on the weekly time frame or even on the 3-day. So to me, Ethereum, I would not be in a trade on Ethereum. Now, if we go to the smaller time frames in the 50-minute time frame, it doesn't look good either. Lower highs and lower lows. I got to be honest with you. I would not be long. I would not be touching Ethereum. The next support I see for Ethereum is 30.65 on the 4-hour time frame. And if you lose that level, you are going to go most likely down to 23.55 on Ethereum. I guess 27.75 could also be support. So at a support level there. If you lose 27.75, then I see 23.55 incoming. Yeah, there's support at 27.75. There's definitely support there, but that's what I see going for Ethereum. It's not looking good. I would not be long on it. On the 4-hour time frame, you're below the 200-day moving average. So to me, it looks bearish. It looks likely that 30.65 is the next stop for Ethereum. I'm not saying short it. I'm just saying I wouldn't be long on it. Trump just broke 40. Trump is likely to go to 47. That's a new meme coin. I should probably put some money in this, but that's what I see going on for Ethereum. How's it going, Matt? How does XCN look? Wow, so now we're actually getting some requests. How does XCN look? Well, that's a ridiculous green candle. So XCN went all the way from 22 all the way up to 15. That's insane. It went from 2.2 to 15. What? Wow, that's kind of ridiculous. Well, I don't know what is up with that. That almost is like manipulation. But I will say that if this thing is going to continue, usually after that big of a move, you have to go down a long ways. But here's a scenario. This is a falling wedge. Measure move is 18. You know what I see this as? Actually, I got to be bearish with you on this one. This is actually not good. Is it? This is a descending triangle. When you make the same lows and lower highs, this is a descending triangle. This is likely to go back to where it came from. Yeah, that's a descending triangle. Because if you flip it the other way around, like on Bitcoin, this is an ascending triangle. These are bullish. This is bearish on XCN. That looks really bad. I am sorry. I initially saw that as a falling wedge, but when you make lower lows and the same level of lows, like the same support level, but I mean that's lower highs, same lows. Eventually, that breaks down about 90% of the time from what I've traded. I'm not. I mean, that's pretty bearish. So that is something I kind of want to put on my watch list because if you do take out that low here at about 8.5, 50% lower, that's likely to break down. So I'm sorry, that's something to watch, but that looks bad. Okay, so this looks bad too. I don't know, but that looks bad. You know, you just lost the support level at 785. And now your next support is 6.1 to the downside on Swift. I don't know what this is. 4-hour time frame is oversold, but you don't have any support below you until 6.1. Daily time frame just made a lower high, and the 3-day time frame is trying to bounce. 3-day time frame actually hasn't bounced aggressively. You were at 5.5, you went all the way back to 11. That's a nice bounce. 3-day looks okay. I don't like the fact that 2 days making a lower high because the previous high was 14. You only got up to 11. That's a decent bounce from the low, but that's still lower high. So to me, I'm not loving what I'm seeing on this, on XCN. Now I will say, you're below the support, you're below 8.8, which is now resistance. So if you stay below that, I see 6 coming for Swift and I think the 6th level, 6.0 is the most likely next level of support and level to go to unless you get back above 8.8. If you get back level 8.8, you can look for 14, but usually if you lose a support, you go down to the next support. It looks like 6.0 is the next level. That's also where you have a lot of liquidity is down there at 7.0. If you lose that level, you have a lot more liquidity in orders at 3.4. SWFTC is also one that looks pretty bad to me. We go down to the 15-minute time frame and see what that's doing. That's also making lower lows, lower highs. Both of these look very bearish to me. I would call for a move down to 6.0 on Swift Coin. I'm sorry that both of your requests were bearish. It just doesn't look good. So it just doesn't look good. XCN on the weekly time frame. I mean, all things considered, let me just remove the drawings for a second. All things considered, technically that's a high. I mean, the weekly time frame is very bullish. This is a higher high. The last time you had a high was 4.6. Now you've made a new high all the way up here. So to me, the weekly is in a bullish state, but that doesn't mean like the 3 days bearish based on what I just said. So to me, if you took a trade on the weekly, I would wait for it to get oversold. So weekly looks good, but the 3-day time frame doesn't. Actually, 3-day also looks good. But the time frames that don't look good is like the 2-day and under is the time frames I said that didn't look great to me. Technically, if you want to be honest though, the 2-day also made a higher high. Yeah. XCN actually might not be as bearish as what I initially thought. Maybe I went through it too fast. That is a higher high on the daily time frame, up to 16. I actually gotta be honest with you, that's actually not as bearish as I thought. Yeah, that's not that bad. I still see this as a descending triangle, though, so that is not a good sign for XCN. I still see that not being great, but actually, the daily time frame doesn't look as bad as I initially thought. I'd still be cautious here, though, on XCN. That to me, that still looks like a descending triangle with a measure move to the downside. So if you guys enjoyed the video, appreciate if you hit the like, subscribe. I'll be back live Monday at 11 p.m. Central Time. That still looks like a descending triangle to me if you break 8.5. So I'll leave it at that. That's just what I see going on in the charts. Thank you guys for stopping by. And appreciate it, Raise Dane. Have a great day, everyone in the chat. Hey, thanks for the first comment. I believe on Clapper. Thank you for that. Anyways, I'm being Av here. I'll be back live Monday, 11 p.m. Central Time. I go live Mondays and Saturdays, 11 p.m. Central Time. I went live later today because obviously TikTok got banned, so we had to figure something else out. But that's what I got going on for you guys. I see a move coming to the upside for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's already breaking out, and I'll leave it at that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, trade safe. And Monday should be interesting when Trump gets in office. I do see a new all-time high coming probably by the time I go back live Monday above 108,000. We'll see. That's just my predictions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers, everyone. Adios.